saw that, but I just got these clothes out the dirty clothes, so they're not that fresh. I'm about to put them back. I just want to show y'all. I went to L Train Vintage the other day. This thrift store in Brooklyn, I believe, Bushwick maybe. I'm not sure, but they got some nice little pieces. They got like Goodwill prices, like Virginia prices. You feel me? Some actual thrift, not some consignment nonsense. So I feel like these are pretty fire, but they're freaking dirty. I got this as well. I wore this the other day. Shout out my nigga Hugh. Shout out my guy Hugh. You feel me? Nice little long sleeve. It's the summer, but we rocking long sleeves. Like we different. What else? This stuff is actually clean, so don't worry. I'm not a dirty guy. This I felt like was on some Uzi shenanigans. You feel me? I don't know why I feel like I seen Uzi on the Kai Cenat stream. That's what it was. He wore something like that. This I got from not from L Train, but this was from the Dumbo flea market or something like that in DC. Some fires though. It's peeped a little, the rhinestones, you feel me? This might be a woman's jacket, I'm not gonna lie, but it's fire though. I don't mind wearing it. The only thing is, he didn't fleece me. Like I think I paid $30, which I feel like not that bad, but this shit don't unzip. So there's kind of that, but I don't like jackets that unzip. That's kind of trash. Yeah, so there's that. What else? This is probably my favorite piece that I got. You feel me? Taking it back, flashback 2010, 2012, whenever the fuck, middle school. Bro, this green, I'm starting to really love the color green more and more each day. Like, I got a bunch of green sweaters that I be rocking now. I just love it now. I feel like it fits me. But this is like such a different green. I feel like you don't see this type of green every day. It really stands out. The wave is really cool. Different. It's soft too. It feels so amazing on your body. And that's it. So I got a couple pieces. They really ain't have as much. I think, bruh, this is so bad. I can't even remember. Like, I think I bought some True Religion jeans, but I can't find them. So I'm like, did I buy them in the first place? I don't even know. They're like 15 though, so it's no big deal. But still, I'm like, dang, how do I not remember if I bought the jeans or not? Like, that's bad. Anyways, welcome to the, I don't know what episode this is. Let's say, welcome to the 13th episode of To Be Honest. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen, man, I really appreciate everyone who be watching my videos. I don't know what purpose it fills in your life, but I hope it fills some sort of void or hole in your life. Or if you're just entertained and like to hear people yap about a bunch of nonsense, that's cool too. I was thinking this the other day, like I feel like for a lot of my friends, or at least a few of my friends, I'm somewhat of an emotional support human. So make of that what you will, and I'm okay with that. In some aspects, a certain sense and whatnot. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I recorded this episode like 2 days ago, a day or two ago, but it was so bad. I literally had like a I was just so awkward. I won't say I had an anxiety attack. That's crazy, but it was like I had no need to be in the camera at that present moment, and it was in my car with no AC and it was freaking blazing. So. Running it back for you. I'm trying to give y'all the best of this sultry quiet storm voice that I can give you. You know what I'm saying? So I hope y'all enjoy this. KD to the Rockets. I know that been happened, but I ain't made one of these in a long time. So bear with me. That's crazy. I don't really care. Like KD's kind of disappointed me, but he got a young budding team. So I'm excited to see what he do with that. If he can win a championship, I feel good about my guy. But that's all that on that. I want to talk about the finals, you feel me? I know that happened ages ago, but like I said, I ain't done one of these in a minute. But, of course, Tyrese went down. I feel like the Pacers had a shot, man. But shout out OKC. Shea is really like that. I always said he was foul baiting, but that guy is a freaking walking bucket. I got to give it to him. He's nice. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see what they do next year. But the real reason I want to talk about the finals is, Halliburton going down, and that was just so soul crushing to see. Like, you could see the devastation in his face, like you knew it was over. But what I don't like is, like, I watch a lot of sports shows on like YouTube and stuff, so I be seeing a lot of segments. But one show I really like is The Facility with like, LaShawn and James Jones, Ocho and Chase Daniels and all them. And shout out LaShawn, Ocho as well, Eagles, so I gotta give him that. But one thing I'm starting to notice on that show is that it's always one or two of them like questioning the severity of a player's injury and why they're not playing in the game. And I get it. In this instance, it was Game 7. You gotta lay it on the line for your team. But we've seen what's happened to other players with similar injuries. Of course, Katie being like the main one people think of right now. And it's just like, why are you? It's like you're questioning their manhood and like, their toughness in a way. Like, why do we have to question someone's toughness just because they don't want to play through an injury and risk, seriously and severely damaging a part of their body for possibly the rest of their lives and completely altering their, lifestyles to a certain extent. It's like, I know y'all get paid millions, but I don't literally expect you to lay your life on the line. That's just some cool stuff we say in sports. Like, that's not real life, but it's a shame, and I hate that I keep seeing this over and over again. First it was Dak Prescott, now it's Tyrese Halliburton. Like, let's stop playing doctors on these sports shows. Like, y'all are athletes and y'all do whatever else on the side. Y'all are not medical doctors. Y'all don't know. I'm glad I got that off my chest. I feel so light right now. But ultimately, I think the NBA needs to shorten the season because 82 games, they be playing back-to-back. Like, some players be playing 40 minutes a night. Y'all see they got that dude in New York. What's his name? Thibodeau out of there, I think that's who it was. Because he running players into the ground. Like, it's bad, man. Like, I can't imagine, like, playing that many games and then dudes play in the summer and whatnot. Like, that's too much on your body. So I think guys either got to chill out or the NBA got to shorten the season because all the star players are getting hurt in the most pivotal moments, like Tyrese, Dame, Aaron Gordon, like all these. We're getting robbed of these great Game 7s because people pop out and they just injured, and it's like y'all playing playoff games back to back. And I'm not gonna lie, when there's 3 days between a playoff game, I get very sad and I'd be upset because that's the only time I watch basketball, so I don't be wanting to wait. But I get it, like these guys gotta rest, like they doing too much, honestly. And on the opposite side in the W, I hope that didn't come off as a gang sign. And the opposite side in the WNBA, like this is the problem with feminism, yo. Like, and it's real quiet for feminism right now. I noticed that. That's something I noticed. I'm a noticer, and I noticed that. Because when it's like when something you say you want things to be equal, but when things are equal in a way that doesn't directly benefit you 100%, it's like you don't want that. You're not trying to hear that. Like, I'm seeing something about a bunch of the star players in the WNBA being in a shooting slump, and one player, Kelsey Plum, went on Twitter to say, yeah, she's tired. She's like, we're tired. And apparently they've had more games this season, I think, or something like that, or more back-to-back games and whatnot. So it's understandable. Like with the NBA, it's a lot on their bodies, but I feel like this is just now starting to really happen in the WNBA where they get more games, more back-to-backs, more visibility and money in their pockets. So to hear players complaining about that already is like, I get it. We're all human, In the same way y'all getting run down, it's the same in the NBA. So it's understandable, but be grateful the game is like elevating and people are actually tuning in and like want to watch y'all play because it was not that way for a long time. And now it's starting to get there, and it's because of players like you and all these other star players that have come after you, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, Juju's on the way, like. And I heard Brittany Griner complaining about the fans being distracting, like having fans at the game. Like, what world do we live in where a professional athlete don't want fans at the game? Like, come on, bro. Like, it's distracting. Yeah, that's part of it. Like, that's why you're the best of the best. You're supposed to be able to play through that. Who else? Angel Reese, she getting me bounds. Like, come on now. This is getting ridiculous, yo. It's getting ridiculous. But anyways, let's see what else is on the list. I think in the last episode I was talking about older music, like slapping more than today's music. And I think a point I forgot to mention there was that, like, I feel like older music kind of taps in. This is very obvious maybe to certain people, but it was just a thought I had, like, older music just kind of taps into the roots, the essence, the foundation. Music is just more impactful to generations when you're young. So if you're older, but you heard certain music back then, obviously that music back then is gonna hit harder. Cause I'll say now, music does not hit the same as it did when I was like a teenager or in my early 20s. I still love music, but it's just different now. Like I find myself, I feel like I could listen to music all day at one point. Now I listen to more like podcasts and stuff. Like I'm not really always in the mood to listen to music, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But I just think older music taps more into the roots, the essence, the foundation of whatever genre it is that you're listening to at the moment. As opposed to music that's been kind of like sprouted out in like a bunch of subgenres. So think of like a family tree. Start out, this is pure 100% hip hop. Then it goes to like boom bap, and then more melodic rap, and so forth and so on. Whatever the case may be, jerk music, whatnot. Um, so yeah, but like I said, music is always gonna hit harder when you're at a certain point in your life, when you're like your brain is like still, you know, a little plastic and still like growing and learning new things. So yeah, that was just a thought. This is I'm not gonna go there yet. Speaking of music though, the underground scene is going crazy. For a second I thought it was dead, you feel me? I'm really rocking with BK. I just seen BK in BK. She had a listening experience for her new project Lucy that was super fire. I pulled up so many dumb amount of people there. So many people. I honestly didn't expect that, but it's BK. She pulled up in the truck with some friends, big ass speaker, couldn't hear shit. Tia Korean was there, who some of y'all may know. She got my song of the summer, but I didn't know it was her because I never really looked at her like that. She's beautiful, by the way. But yeah, so that was wild to see her there. I was happy to find that out after I left. Crazy. And another thing, when you just live in an area where like a lot of people, like famous people, I guess, if you're really tapped in like that, make sure you got something, or if you're going to an event like that you got something for them to sign, because she was signing hella stuff. I ain't have shit to say. I had my keys, my wallet, my phone. I thought about giving my phone. I was like, all these people in between us, somebody's gonna jack my phone. I cannot do that. But I was disappointed. But it was cool though. It was a good time. But I feel like that album, even though I couldn't hear shit at the listening thing, so I didn't have really high expectations. But when I heard it, I was blown away because I'm a fan of hers. But I didn't like. I'm a fan of her though, for real. Like I love a lot of her albums, but I'll say the last two I wasn't the biggest fan of. I didn't find myself going back to it a lot, but this album has some slaps. The production is really fire, very current, and she's just talking her shit. It's really fire. Lucy, check that out. Until Japan, his project is still fire. Like if you're just trying to set the vibe, like that's always my go-to. And I'm showing mad legs right now. Oh my gosh, y'all weren't supposed to see that. And I recently listened to Yapo JJ new shit, and he's really fire. Like I don't know if all his music is I can really co-sign for it because I haven't heard it. I haven't heard all of it, but certain albums I listen to, I'm like, this dude got it, yo. It's so consistent, so different. And he from the DMV, I think. So shout out to him. I listened to, he put out some stuff for projects, bro. It's called TLY. I was listening to it today. Every time I listen to an album, it don't really reach me the first time, but I guess it was kind of short, so I ended up running back because I was in a lot of traffic. But I'm saying, like, the last track and transition back into the first track, oh my gosh, he's fire, bro. No glazing, but he's fire, bro. Like, I like the music. I fuck with the production. It's really dope. And yeah, he's just got a unique style, man. I love it. I love what he's doing. But I gotta read my list, man. You feel me? I gotta get my memory back right, bro. I got the list right here, but I ain't gonna tell y'all about that though. But I was thinking the other day, it's crazy how kids, and I feel like I was kind of like this growing up, but it's crazy to see kids having more manners than their parents. Like, you ever go out to eat with your mom as a kid and just see how she, like, no shade to moms, of course, I love you, you know that. But you ever just see how they talk to the server or the waiter or whatever, and like, if the food is not up to par, like the service is not up to par, like they just gonna let them know. And that's how you should be. But it's a certain way to go about it. You know, everybody's human. We can't expect everybody to be perfect all the time, even though we're paying for the service. So I get it. But it's just crazy. It's sometimes I look at my mom back then. I'm like, I cannot believe you right now. But yeah, I be seeing that a lot. Not even with just my mom, with other people's moms too. But I feel like that was more so in my generation growing up. Maybe not so much today, but who knows? But I was hooping the other day, right? And I live in a community with majority of the people that live here are Asian. So I feel like they already be looking at me a little sideways. You feel me? But I was hooping the other day, and this is one dude. He'd be out there like almost every day. Like almost every day I'm out there, he out there. And one time he was cool. I said what's up to him. He said what's up. And you know how like this may just be a cultural thing. I don't know. But when you at the park, I'm talking to the brothers right now. You feel me? When you at the park, your ball, you shoot a shot, you might miss or you might make it. Somehow it bounce to the other side of the court with other dudes hooping. They gonna toss you the ball back. It ain't that big a deal. It might be annoying if you run the game, but they gonna toss you the ball back. This dude, man, I go in there. We on opposite sides. I shoot the ball. I'm shooting long range. I'm shooting Steph type numbers. So sometimes it's gonna miss. Sometimes it's gonna bounce that way. But my ball go to his side or the side he on, and he passes it back to me. So I'm like, okay, you cool. We cool. We got a little something going. Next time I see him, he with his kids or some little ones. I don't know who that was to him, but some kids he know, and I guess they playing a game. But keep in mind, I was on the court first, so let's just keep that in mind. But they playing the game, my ball bouncing their side. He gon' smack the ball farther away from me. I'm like, hold on, brother. The ball went right. You couldn't just pass me the ball back like you playing with some little kids. You couldn't stop the game. Then I ain't gonna lie, it happened again. Next thing I know, the little dude with him, he following his in old fuckface footsteps. So he gonna just let the ball fly right by too. I'm like, you motherfuckers, this is crazy. Like you was not treating me like this the other day. Now you trying to show off some kids. So next time I go back, it's a different father and child. This one was definitely a father and child. I don't know about this other dude, but this one's definitely a father and child. They hooping. So my ball go to their side again. It happens, bro. I'm shooting Steph range. Like it happens sometimes. Not every time, sometimes. It go to their side. This dude, he did have the decency to, get it. It's not going super far away from him. It's not that much trouble, but he did have the decency to kick the ball to me. But little dude, his son that was with him was in between us. Little dude just made my heart smile, bro, for real. No funny shit. But he picks the ball up, the one his father, I guess, kicked. He picks it up and throws it to me. I'm just like, wow, man. It just restored my faith in humanity. Like, I was just like, wow, thank you. Because you think it's such a small thing, but it's like growing up in certain cultures, like, you're just taught to, like, look at other people a certain way and to just look at them like, not to say that they're nothing, but just keep away and, like, don't involve yourself with that. I feel like I feel like that's what it feels like, especially me being a black man. You feel me? That's the feel. And that really bothers me, and of course it bothers me because black men and black people in general are some of the highest, percentage wise groups of people who get alienated and who get looked at like that a certain way. And it's like, yeah, bro, at a certain point, especially when you're just at the place where you live, you just want to feel comfortable and not feel like an outcast. And maybe that's my fault because I moved up here. But still, I just feel like the world's all about coming together, loving one another, and just being nice to each other, and just, we're all humans at the end of the day. So it's no reason but the reason I say that is because the kid, he doesn't know any better. He hasn't been taught all these stereotypes and all these little things that your parents tell you, like, don't associate with them and whatnot. Like, he's just pure hearted, like, oh, let me help this guy out. And it's like, bro, that's what we need to get back to, like, at the end of the day. That's what we got to get back. I don't know why I froze for a second. But that's what the world got to get back to. I need to see that more in the world. And, I love it here, but I will say I've been seeing more and more of that lately. And I could see if I just moved here. I've been here a year, so it's like, come on now, don't start with the funny stuff. But yeah, that's that on that. Speaking of picking up and moving to a place you ain't got no business moving necessarily. Um, Mexico City is being gentrified by Americans, and they not having that. They rioting the streets and they telling y'all, look, get up out of here. And for one, I think that's kind of hilarious, and I'm kind of happy to see that a little bit. But two, we live in Trump's America right now, and we just living in a time where it's like people in the government and all these higher powers or whatever the case may be, these people in the shadows, whatever they may be, they're doing a lot of shady shit right in front of our face. And I feel like America is just not in a good position. It hasn't been in a a little bit. So it's scary times. I get why people want to get up out of here. Like when I'm in that position where I can do that, I definitely want to get up out of here. I think before it's too late. You feel me? So I get it, but Mexico City is not the place. Get up out of there. Let's see. Do I have anything else? Bruh, I think that's it though. Last thing I want to say, just on some funny haha stuff. When I was younger, I used to think, I used to, like I said, I used to watch Sports Center and all that jazz. So they would put people contrasts and stuff at the bottom of the screen, and it'd be like so and so got a vet minimum of like 600K or something like that. But I used to think a K. I didn't know K was 1,000. I thought it meant $1,000,000,000. So in my head, I'm like, these dudes are set for life. 600 quadrillion dollars. Are you shitting me? But yeah, I just wanted to share that. I thought that was pretty funny. My dad made me feel really stupid when he said, no, that's not what that means. Last thing before we wrap up the 13th episode, I just want to say this went way smoother than the other night. Like I was having like social anxiety with the camera, like it was bad. But last thing I want to talk about is, on some Netflix and chill type B, you know what I'm saying? If you need something to watch. On Netflix, I'm watching this. It's a limited series called The Serpent. Apparently it's kind of old. Maybe y'all have seen it before. I don't know. But this basically a serial killer doc replayed and reimagined, into like a short series and whatnot. But it's really good. I usually don't watch a lot of stuff like that other than the big ones like, of course, Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, all that. But this one caught my attention just like off just how it looked, like the texture of the image. I don't even know how to explain it, but on some videographer, cinematographer nonsense. But it just called to me, and I'm enjoying it. It's only like 6 to 8 episodes, so you can breeze right through it. Hour long shit, but it's really good. I suggest you check that out and let me know how you feel about that in the comments. That has been the 13th episode of To Be Honest. Clap it up, man. If you made it this far, I appreciate you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see me do more. If you got any suggestions of, other videos you want to see me do and whatnot, or topics to cover, drop that in the comments. And yeah, let's get this channel up to like, let's say a smooth 100 subscribers. You feel me? That's my goal right now, get 100 subscribers. So if you can help me out with that, much appreciated. But I'm out. Deuces.